Our year three, it is Friday morning, it is time for English, and I am very excited. Not only is it going to see the continuation of our celebration of World Book Day for this week, but it is also my last video for home learning. And I am so pleased that this is my last video and that the next time I'm teaching, I'm going to be stood in front of a classroom full of children, which is exactly what I want. So we're going to finish though on a high with our home learning today though, hopefully, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you are going to be able to do for us today, because you have been amazing over the last few weeks. The work that we've seen you do, how you've got involved with things has been absolutely amazing, and I know we've told you this before, but it's important that you know how proud we are of you and everything that you have done. But we are so looking forward to having you all back in school so we can see you in person so much better. So today though, let's get back to today and what we would like you to do for us today. So the first little task that we've got involves us using Seesaw again. We've all been getting to know Seesaw this week, trying it out in different ways. And so today we'd like to do a similar thing really, to try something a bit different for some of you, although some of you I know have had a go at doing this already, but if you haven't, this is your chance today. So one of the things that we would like you to do today is to do a book review for us on a book that you have read. So earlier on in the week, we did a book review on The Switcher, because that was what we've been reading together on Purple Mash. But we know that lots of you have been reading books at home over the last few weeks. So we would like to hear about one of the books that you have read and a book that you've enjoyed as well. So using Seesaw, we would like for you to leave us a voice recorded book review. So you haven't got to write anything down for this. You're just going to tell us about your book, tell us about the story that you have read. So on the Seesaw app, there are some questions just to help you so that you can get some ideas about what you want to talk about. So things obviously about what the book is called, that'd be useful to know, who the author is, and also about what happened in the story, maybe a bit about your favourite part of the story, the favourite characters. So it's all the things that we would normally include in a book review, but you are just going to be speaking it to us and telling us. So that's your first little activity. So maybe have a think about which book you want to do your book review on, and get a few ideas about what you want to say before you actually start speaking. And it just helps you get your ideas straight before you start speaking, which is what I have to try and do on these videos. I don't always manage it, but that's what we try and do. So the second activity for today is going to be something that's in the OneDrive folder. Now, again, you've got a choice on this, on what you would like to do. You could do both of them, always say that, but depending on how much time you've got and what you fancy having a go at doing today, there is a choice for you. But again, it still relates to a book that you have read. So it could be the same book that you have told us or given us your book review on Seesaw, or it could be a different book, because I know a few of you have done quite a lot of reading over lockdown, so you might have a few to choose from. But choosing a book that you have enjoyed reading, you are going to have a look at doing a couple of activities. So I'm going to just pause this for a second while I find the sheet I need for you. Right, I found the sheet I was looking for. So it was hiding away from me down at the bottom. So let me just get that up for you. So this is one of the sheets that you could have a go at completing for today. So it's called Text Talk. Might need to update it, I suppose, with Snapchat Talk or Instagram. But anyway, it's a conversation between two characters in your story. So it says 2 of the characters from the story you just read have been texting each other non-stop. Okay, they're just sort of text wizards, keep going and going and going. Can you write a conversation between the two characters about something that happened in the story? So you're going to choose an event that happened in the story, something that maybe was your favourite part of the story, and these two characters are going to be talking about what happened and maybe how they felt about it, what their view on it was. So it gives us a little bit of an insight into what they felt and what they thought about. So we've got two phones here. We can see this phone belongs to one of the characters in the book, and this phone belongs to another character in the book that you read. So I know lots of you seem to be reading Harry Potter at the moment. So it could be that this phone here belongs to Harry Potter, and this one here belongs to Ronald Weasley maybe, and they're sort of texting about something that happened. But whichever book it is that you're reading, okay, you can choose to choose those two characters. And then these bubbles here are going to be telling us and showing us a conversation they had. Okay, now because this is a text conversation, this is not something that we need to be thinking about using our speech marks for, because we are not recording speech down in that way. This is more of a sort of informal conversation that's going on in text language. We don't need to worry about speech marks, but it would be good to have other punctuation in there. So maybe if they ask a question, we might want a question mark, or we might need an exclamation mark. And we'd certainly need capital letters at the start of a sentence and for names if we're talking about other people in the book as well. So there doesn't need to be speech marks, but there does need to be other punctuation in there. We're still recording it in the same way. Okay, so that's one of the tasks for you to do, okay, if you would like to today. The other one is for those of you that like doing your drawings. I know quite a lot of you are quite creative. We said this before, that some of you like doing your drawings and so on. So this is the comic creator. So it says, think of a story you have read or one that is from your own imagination. Well, really for this, because we're thinking about World Book Day this week, I would like it to really be on a book that you have read. Okay, we could use this another time for your own story, but I'd like you to focus on the book that you have read. It says, create a comic strip all about it with pictures and captions. So little sentences with each one that will wow your audience. So this comic strip, it looks a little bit different. The layout of it is a bit more funky. It's a bit different than a traditional comic strip, because you can see we've got different shaped boxes here. But as we're going down, we can see there are different sections, and in each section, you need to tell a different part of your story. Okay, so we could put a picture in here with some words underneath. Okay, we could, seeing as these are smaller boxes, we could just put a caption in here, a sentence, or just one word that sort of explains or describes what was going on at that point in the story. So you can get really creative on how you want to show your story and retell your story, but it needs to be a mixture of pictures and words, okay, and some description. Whether you want to do both pictures and box, or whether you just want to have a mixture of different ones as you go through, again, it's your choice. It's where you get to be creative with it. If your book is a particularly long book, I just mentioned Harry Potter in the last example with our text conversation. If it's a very long book, then you might want to just take a part of the story and retell that part of the story. If it's a shorter book that you've read, you might be able to do the whole story on this one comic strip. So again, adapt it to suit your book, because I know some of you are reading different types of books at the moment. Some of you, because you've had more time, have perhaps challenged yourself with a longer book. Some of you have maybe stuck with the shorter book, which is absolutely fine. It's whatever works for you. So today, you are either going to choose to do your comic strip version there, or you're going to do your text conversation. Don't forget to leave us your book review. And also don't forget today as well, if you are able to, no pressure, but later on in the Zoom call today, if you're able to join us on the Zoom call and you would like to join us in a fancy dress costume, then you are more than welcome to. And if we were in school, we'd normally be dressing up on this Friday of World Book Week, so we'd be ashamed not to do that if we can. So we look forward to your hearing your book review and seeing you later on Zoom if you can make it today. Once again, really well done for the last few weeks. Really looking forward to seeing you next week back in school. Enjoy your weekend. Make sure you get everything ready, everything organised, school bag packed, uniform out ready, okay, so that you are super organised, ready for joining us back in school next week, okay? Take care, have fun, and see you soon. Bye.